Okay, my friends, that is a head held in shame. And you're probably going to say, man, it just looks like a slaphead walking around his kitchen. I resemble that comment. Alright, honestly, I'm so sorry. I am shameful. The reason why I need you to forgive me is because I have had this fragrance for I've had it for, you know, alright, honestly, I've had this fragrance for about 9 months. And people keep messaging me saying, Leggy, have you got it? What do you think of it? And I'm like, I just haven't had the time, seriously. Oh man, this is crazy. Please forgive me. This fragrance is not only one of the bestest Lattafas, I'll be honest with you, man. I'll be totally honest with you. It's one of the best fragrances I've ever smelt. And I've kind of kept it to myself for 9 months, and I'm going, please. I just haven't had time. All right. The other reason why is I'm not a fan of first impressions. Right. You want to talk to a guy who has worn it, who lives with it, who month after month have worn it, who's lent it to people, who's got reactions. There's no point in going, oh, first impressions, yeah, it's that. Right, you want to know how long it lasts, you want to know the reactions you're going to get, you want to know whether it's suitable for male, female, blah, blah, blah. So realistically, I don't do first impressions. That's kind of got me off the hook, the fact that I've waited 9 months to tell you about this one. No, it hasn't really. I am a bad boy. I should have told you about this a long time ago. It is, right, let me just pick one word. It is, I'm going to quote my neighbour now, yummy. Okay, it is just absolutely gorgeously yummy. I don't know why I've just gone out of focus. Anyway, right. Okay, so which fragrance is Johnny Leg on about? Okay, now let me tell you the story. Bit of a backstory. Alright, I haven't done a review for a while because I haven't had time, so give me about 10-15 minutes of your valuable time, because I've got a lot to tell about this one. Because this one, I'm going to hand on heart, wherever it is, okay, I'm going to say this needs to be in your collection. Now, I was on eBay about 10-11 months ago. Okay, let's not worry too much about the detail. I was on eBay and I was looking for different Lattafas that I hadn't got, and I came across this, and this is crazy. At first glance, I looked at it and it said, I thought it said no bra, and I thought, no bra? Is it recommending that a woman doesn't wear a certain piece of underwear which supports her upper part of her anatomy? Anyway, when I looked closely, it is actually not no bra, it's NEBRAS. Okay, I mean, I guess there's a difference. I don't know. Okay. So it is Lattafa's NEBRAS. It's the 100ml. It's the eau de perfume. And when I bought it back in the day, it cost me around about 29 British pounds delivered. Okay. What's it do and what's it all about? Let me take the top off. Let me spray it and let me try and tell you what this fragrance is all about. Man, alright, I tell you, it is a strong fragrance. I literally haven't sprayed it yet. It's already hitting me with the vibes. But let's spray it. See that? Professional. Left and then right. Woohoo! It's come a long way, hasn't it? Man. Lattafa's NEBRAS, if that's how you say it. NEBRAS? Okay. It is... I'm trying to find real good words. My neighbour said, and I'll tell you the story in a minute because I lent it to her for a week. She just said to me, John, it is yummy. Okay, that's the best way of describing it. When I first smelt it, I was like, you know, the first word that came into my brain cell was Mancera. Okay, now, it didn't sort of strike me as any one particular Mancera, but what came to mind was Wild Candy by Mighty Mancera, and also what came to mind was Black Vanilla by Mancera. Now, I'm not professional enough to know if this is a dupe of anything. I guess it kind of is. But it is, let me tell you, from the start, This is very niche. This does not smell like a random mainstream designer fragrance. This is very niche. In other words, when you wear this, you will stand out. Okay. Now, so although it is not any particular Mancera to my nose, it gave me the Mancera vibe. You know, now, if you know Manceras, you know exactly what I mean. They all sort of have like a slightly fruity, a slightly woody, a slightly musky vanilla. That's Mancera summarised, if you want to be brutal and just say that's kind of like the majority of the Manceras. And this NEBRAS, it kind of picks up on, for me, on that typical Mancera vibe. But I suppose you really want to know what this smells like. Okay, one word, chocolate. Okay, now, I'll be honest with you, in real life, as opposed to YouTube, in real life, what? In real life, I'm not personally a massive fan of eating chocolate. You're going to go, what, Leggy? You come on, man, you must look right. Okay, so, what sort of chocolate does this smell like? Because you've got sort of dark chocolate, that sort of almost bitter, almost tastes like soil kind of chocolate. Then in the middle you've got your sort of milk chocolate, the sort of brown chocolate. And then at the other end of the scale, you've got your white chocolate. Now, personally, I would always go white chocolate. I love the sweet, sort of sickly, syrupy white chocolate, okay? I know a lot of people do, and a lot of people don't. It's a little bit like Marmite. No, it does not smell like Marmite, it's like chocolate. But seriously, okay, you either love or hate white chocolate. Where does this one sit? Is this dark chocolate? Is this milk chocolate? Is this white chocolate? Right, this is very much Cadbury's Dairy Milk. Right down the middle, the awesome, awesome milk chocolate vibe. And you're going to go, Leggy, is it just a bottle of chocolate? It kind of is, really. All right, there is a few other notes. At the top of this fragrance, you've got some fruits. Okay, the fruits are not big players, but the fruits just give it a nice, delicate, sort of fruity start. Don't expect a massive fruity fragrance, it isn't. Drop down a bit and that's where the chocolate comes in. And alright, realistically, all of the notes in this fragrance, because there's sort of like a sugary sort of sweet note, there's also amber. Now, the amber, there is quite a bit of amber in this one. It gives like a woody base to the chocolate, okay? And there's some musk. Musk, right, don't panic. When you hear musk, you go, oh, I don't like musk. Right, musk is not bad in this one. The musk is just there. It's at the base. It just sort of sits there. It's well-behaved musk. It's not screechy. It's not horrible. It's not sort of, you know, musk. Right, seriously, the musk is very, very wearable. But the sort of three big players, if you want me to be in layman's terms of what you're actually going to smell, because you can go on all different websites and read, man, there's loads of notes in it. The three notes that you will smell the vanilla. The vanilla is kind of like Mancera, gorgeous, gorgeous vanilla. You cannot floor the vanilla. The second note that you'll smell big time is the chocolate. The chocolate's sort of smothered all over this, you know, I don't know. It's like you've poured sort of melted milk chocolate all over this one. And the third one you'll smell, realistically, is the amber. The amber is there, the amber is sort of visible. No, it's sniffable, not visible. Come on, Leggy, pull yourself together, son. So realistically, this is very much like melted Cadbury's Dairy Milk. Okay. Now, when I first smelt it, I was like, first of all, it blew me across the room. I was like, man, that is A, so well put together, B, it reminds me of a lot of my Manceras, and C, it's niche, and D, it's absolutely gorgeous. And I think that's about it. We'll get up to D, we'll stop at D. Alright, so realistically, this is awesome. Is it worth the £30 British money? Right, 100%, fragrance on heart, wherever that is, this is worth the money. The smell is actually gorgeous. Now, when I first smelt it, I thought a lot of guys are going to go, man, Leggy, it's just a little bit too feminine. You know, because that's the criticism with a lot of the Manceras. Although they're unisocks, man, is that someone who can wear any kind of socks? Right, no, seriously, because these are unisex, people worry about the Manceras and they say, oh yeah, but a bit feminine. Trust me, let me just tell you the rules I go by. If you, the wearer, like the smell, if it works good on your skin, just wear it. Wear it with confidence, and no one will ever say, oh, he smells like a woman. Trust me, it does not happen. Just wear it with confidence, and you will get compliment after compliment after compliment. And if you're a guy and you're worried about wearing a sweet, sort of, almost sort of feminine fragrance, wear it with confidence, and trust me, females love a guy smelling sweet. They love it. Trust me, you will message me and you'll go, Leggy, I got a compliment. I got a woman say to me, I smell gorgeous. You will get that. Right, so, although it doesn't particularly remind me of any particular Mancera, it's very much the Mancera sort of vibe. Okay. But I was very concerned that a lot of guys would just go, Leggy, man, it's for a woman. Okay. So what I did is I lent it, because I often lend fragrances out. I lent it to my neighbour, my next door neighbour, Nathan and Leonie. Lovely couple with their kids. Right, now they lent it. I said, just keep it for a week, keep it for a week. You spray it, Leonie, you spray it, Nathan. If you get friends round, spray them, you know, spray everyone that comes to your house, whatever. I just need a bit of feedback, because I thought, you know what, I love to give you as much information as I can. I don't have a chance to chase pretty women around shopping centres and say, oh, can you smell this and give me an opinion. So I lend it to neighbours and friends and family and whatever. So I lent it to them. They had it for a week. She gave it me back. And she said, honestly, John, she says, I absolutely love it. I would buy that fragrance. It is absolutely gorgeous. And she said, and this is the crazy thing. She said, I said, how long did it last on you? And we'll come to performance in a minute. But let me just tell you, Leona said to me, she said, John, she says, I get around about 4 to 5 hours of being able to smell it on me. She says, but here's the crazy thing. She says, I had my coat hung in the hallway, and because I sprayed it on my neck and caught it on my coat, every time I walk past that coat, I smell NEBRAS. Okay, now that is the kind of performance. It is a very good performance. It's not an all-day fragrance, but it's not far off. Okay. I said, well, how did he get on with spraying other people? And she said, oh, I've got to be honest, John, Nathan didn't like it. He just said it was just too feminine. Okay, so Leonie absolutely loved it. Nathan wasn't too keen. And I was like, that's kind of what I thought a lot of guys. See, I'll be honest with you, Nathan's fairly broad-minded, but he does like things like Bleu de Chanel. He loves things like Savage. He loves that sort of quite masculine, obviously masculine fragrances. And Nathan just said he just wasn't comfortable wearing this. I kind of get that, all right, because I kind of thought that might be the case. Anyway, I took it to work, and let me tell you, there was not one person at the garage where I work. There was not one person who didn't love this. Now, I sprayed it. I sprayed it for the sales guys coming through, because they always come through the parts department to go to their sales meeting in the morning. Okay, and one of the guys, I picked him out, Reese. I said, try this one, mate. I sprayed it, and he just went, his eyes lit up, and he just went, man, okay, that's one of the best, isn't it? Anyway, he had to shoot off to the meeting, but let me tell you, Reese, okay, he does like his very, very masculine fragrances. Until he met me, he only wore Savage, right? Okay, that's how sort of mainstream, sort of masculine fragrance liker he is. Okay, he's also massively into Perseus by Mason Alhambra. In fact, there's another video, if you look back, I'll mention him, because he's massively into that. But when he smelled this, and he's about a 21, 22-year-old guy, okay, he just went leggy. That's one of the best I've ever smelled. So he was quite comfortable as a young guy wearing this, okay. Now, I also, to get a further opinion, I lent it to one of my friends. Now, he's about, I think he's about 35-year-old guy. Okay, now, he's kind of really into 1980s ultra masculine fragrances. In fact, I think his favourites, the Calvin Klein, the sort of bubble bottle, what's it called? Something like Calvin Klein Obscenities or Obesity or something. Anyway, he likes ultra masculine fragrances. And I lent it to him, and I was like, try this, mate, try this and see how you get on. So he lent it for a week, and he gave it me back, and he went, you know what, Leggy? At the start of the week, he says, I wore it a couple of times, and I just wasn't too sure about it. He says, because he sometimes works from home, and sometimes he has to go to the office. He says, but I wore it to the office, and I walked into the office, and someone said, someone smells good. All right, So by the end of the week, he was very, very comfortable wearing this fragrance, which I will be honest with you, does lean in the feminine direction because it's a very chocolatey, very vanilla, slightly fruity. You know, it has all the makings of a feminine style fragrance. But trust me, man, you will get compliments on this, and people, if you wear it with confidence, people will totally accept. Now, what about the performance? Right, on my skin, my average, non-oily, non-dry kind of Anglo-Saxon kind of skin, I get between 5 and 6 hours of a scent bubble. Now, when I say a scent bubble, I mean sort of like, you know what, an arm's length round me. It does project mildly. It's a gentle, right, let's use the words a gentle projection, because it does. As you're walking around, it does just leave a trail, okay? And it does that crazily for at least 4 of those hours, all right? On clothes, now clothes, it's there for a couple of days. On seatbelt of the car, so I got it on the seatbelt of my car. I must have got it on my neck, got it on the seatbelt of my car. It's been on the seatbelt of my car for over a week. Every time I get in there, pull the seatbelt across, just warm the seatbelt up a little bit with my body warmth. Man, I've got NEBRAS, whatever. I've got no bras. I've got no bras, of course I've got NEBRAS all over me. Seriously, I've got to be honest. I hope you've forgiven me for not telling you about this one before. And I hope you understand that I'm telling you, realistically, it does lean a little feminine with that chocolatey vibe. But let me tell you, this, in my book, is 100%, where's the middle? 100% bang down the line unisex. Let me tell you, I took it to work and one of the girls, Emma, right, she sprayed it and she just went, oh man, that's good, Leggy, what is it? So I told her what it was. I didn't use the no bra thing, I just said it's NEBRAS. Anyway, she sprayed it and she went, God, Leggy, that's good. And literally every hour on the hour, she'd come back into the party department, she'd pick it up and she'd just spray it again. I was like, man, all right. It is addictive, and I think the addiction is the chocolate. All right, it is. If I'm honest with you, it is like the most awesome vanilla cake, because you've got vanilla chocolate cake. So picture a vanilla cake, pouring chocolate over there, and just maybe a little dash of fruit on there. Okay, have I given you enough information? Okay. I'm telling you, it's worth buying. It's not a cheap one. You know, a lot of the Lattafas are sort of £15 British money. This is at least twice that. I don't know, I haven't looked recently, but when I bought it, I think it was £29.99 British money, 100ml of perfume. And I've got to be honest, I'm so glad I've got it. I've also got to be honest, I'm kind of on dribbles, listen. There's hardly any left. I've had it for 9 months and I haven't told you about it. I have been a bad boy. Right, okay, message me down below. Am I forgiven? Please. And have I given you enough information about it? Okay. Hopefully you're going to go away from this review with a smile on your face, a massive smile on your face. Maybe you'll go away with an idea of a fragrance you may purchase, but realistically, I want you to mostly go away with a mindset to wear a good fragrance every single day. You know, whether you've got a Mancera or two, whether you've got a Lattafa, whether you've got a Hugo Boss or a Paco Rabanne, whatever you've got, please grab it, spray it before you go to work, slip it in your bag, top up at lunchtime, and keep those gorgeous vibes coming off you. You'll have so much a better day, and you'll message me and say, Leggy, A, you're forgiven, and B, you're right. Got to wear a good fragrance every day. I'm not a professional, I'm not monetized, this is a crazy random channel. I'm so pleased with YouTube because I can share fragrances with you. I'm so pleased you've been here. If you would kindly do the thumbs up, that would be awesome. Thumbs up tell me just keep going, Leggy, keep dropping these reviews. And this is the crazy thing. Oh, forgive me, you're gonna have to forgive me. I've looked in my wardrobe, I've probably got the best part of 50 different bottles and samples that I have not told you about. I've just got to find the time. Please, I will find the time and I will drop more reviews. Love you loads, take care, spray fragrances every day, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.